Call from
Tony.
Tony.
Oh my God.
How you doing, Tony?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Have we ever talked before, Tony?
No, this is the first time, and it took me 400 tries.
Really? I want to try to get. I kind of want to get some sort of queuing system in place.
That would be amazing.
Although I've been doing this for a year, and I've been saying that since August, so it might not ever happen unless if. Tony, what's your life like? Who are you with? You're like with someone, and there's I can hear someone in the background. Is that like your wife or girlfriend or mother or sister?
My buddy.
It's your buddy. Hello?
Yeah, that's Steve.
I'm Steve.
Oh, what's up, Steve? Can I talk to Steve?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, hold on? I'm on speakerphone.
Yeah, I could take you off if you want.
No, it's fine. Be honest. Can you two be honest? How do you feel about? Are you two good at being vulnerable with each other?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
Are you two consider yourself open and honest people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be honest with me.
Sure.
No hard feelings.
No.
No need to have your ego involved. Okay. Between both of you, Tony and Steven, which of you would be more interesting to talk to?
Probably Tony.
Tony.
All right, Tony, take me off speakerphone.
All right.
Do you feel like how do you feel like Steven? Both of you said you. Steven conceded that you were more interesting than him.
Yeah.
How do you think Steven feels about that? Because I think there's some people out there who like they know like they're very actually comfortable with who they would actually they benefit more from being comfortable with who they are than with being more interesting than the other person. Does that make sense? How do you feel like Steven feels about that?
Indifferent. I don't think he takes offense to it. We're good friends.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think Steven thinks that you are more interesting than him?
I've told him my story. My story's pretty crazy.
Your story is it a singular story?
It's
like a life story?
My life story, my ongoing story too, I guess.
It's an ongoing story. Well, let's do a little bit of a Pulp Fiction here. Where are we at with the story right now?
Right now, I'm preparing for my trip to Honduras next week.
Interesting. Okay, perfect. That's how we cold open. You're preparing for your trip with Honduras. Now, how did we get here? What is the beginning of this story?
I was born there.
Okay.
I was born there. I was raised there. And I came here when I was kind of young. And, yeah, I don't know. I've been through quite a bit.
Well, Tony, you say this is a crazy story.
All right. So I came to Honduras when I was a kid. And then when we got here, my father passed away and my mother got into a bad car accident, ruined her brain like for almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was raising myself, and eventually I joined the Marine Corps, got out of the Marine Corps, and then I started traveling and meeting people and doing all kinds of stuff. And recently I was going to get married, but she passed away. She had a heart condition nobody knew about.
Sorry to hear that.
That's all right. And so I used to live in Chicago. I moved down to Kentucky to start new, and things are going pretty well here. I work at the hospital. Moved here right before the pandemic started, and Steven used to live in Chicago, and he followed me down here, and so now we're both down here.
He followed you down here, so he followed you down to Kentucky so that you guys could be roommates.
Oh, we don't live together, but it's just Chicago's kind of a crazy place to live, and we both decided, it's just better anywhere but there.
Now, why did you pick Kentucky?
My sister teaches down here, and so it's like the only place I have family, so I figured I'd be closer to family.
Interesting. Okay, so now, when's the last time? I'm sorry. I'm trying to sort of piece the timeline back together out of what you told me. When is the last time you were in Honduras?
Maybe 3 years ago. 4 years ago.
3 years ago. What were you doing there 3 years ago?
Funeral, my grandpa.
Okay. And what are you going back for?
To assess some inheritance stuff and to check on my house over there, and got a groundskeeper watching my place, and we're changing him out.
Mm-hmm. Do you still have a lot of family in Honduras?
I used to, not so much anymore. Most of them have passed.
Are you how are you feeling about going back there? Is it a place that you feel like is emotional for you?
Well, it's not emotional, but I am a little anxious to go back, only because there was no lie, there's like a hit out on my whole family at one point, and I couldn't be there. I couldn't go back for a while, and a little anxious to go back. I feel like the dust has settled, but I'm still anxious to go back because I'm not really looking to die yet.
You're afraid that there might still be a hit out on you?
A little bit, just a little bit.
And by the way, just so you know, look, the fact that you opened up this conversation, sort of breadcrumbing me, I don't want you to feel like you have to give me any information about anything that you don't want to talk about here. You set the boundaries. So you let me know.
I'm just here to talk, man. I'm here to talk. I'm an open book.
So, how long ago was this hit set on you?
About 4 years ago, after my grandfather passed.
That's bold of you. 4 years it's not a fresh hit, but it's not an old hit.
Well, the person who ordered the hit is now dead.
Okay. Is that how that works in the? I don't know how hits work.
I don't know, man.
if you sort of inherit a hit that if they put that in the will or whatever.
I feel like once the hitter is gone, the hit is gone too.
Interesting. Can I ask why this person had such a vendetta against your family that he wanted them dead?
It was actually my grandpa's oldest son, so my uncle tried to kill his siblings to inherit everything.
Mm. When he pulled out a hit, does that mean that he had I don't know why I didn't even think about this. A hit with who? Just a random assassin? Was he involved in some sort of Honduras
they got
mafia
people.
or
They got people called sicarios. They just you pay them and they kill people. You tell them where they are. You show them a picture.
So why aren't you afraid? I mean, I know that you're anxious, but you're not. I'm impressed that you are not anxious enough, to not go.
I'm not afraid because if it happens, it happens. I can't stop it. I've heard someone say before, people are afraid of dying, not because they're afraid of dying, but they're afraid of not living a full life. And I feel like I've lived a pretty full life for my age. Pretty satisfied with what I've got and where I'm at. I mean, I could die any second, and I wouldn't really, I don't know, wouldn't really make me mad.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
You know, I by the way, I totally understand what you're saying. You know, again, it's not, you know, that whole thing of it's not the years of your life, but the life in your years. You can pack some pretty good stuff into 31 years. That's an interesting feeling to have when you feel like you've accomplished enough and you've lived a good enough life that you're like, all right, everything else is sort of a bonus now.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Are you going with anyone to Honduras? Are you going alone?
I'm going with my mom.
You're going with your mom. Okay, so now how does she feel? Because I assume that she would also be sort of a target of the hit as well.
That's right. She's like she would be the primary one, and they would like use her kids to get to her. You know what I mean? So it's not like I'm like the main target or anything. But they could like hurt one of her kids to get through to her. But she's probably a little anxious. She doesn't really talk about, you know, I asked her if she was nervous. She said, not really. So, I mean, that makes me feel a little better for both of us.
I mean, are you not anxious? You know, I know the way that you feel about your own life, but I mean, how do you, are you anxious about her?
No, I mean, it would be a horrible thing if something like that were to happen, but she's lived a pretty full, good life as well. So
you're going there to like inspect your house?
Yeah, basically.
Can you not do any of this like remotely? In a safer fashion or anything like that?
No, it's nothing like going there.
Well, let me ask another question. Can I actually? You know what? Let's talk to Steven.
Okay.
Let's talk to Steven real quick. I want to talk to Steven real quick.
All right. Hold on a sec.
I want to hear what Steven has. I want to hear what Steven thinks about all this.
Okay. Hello.
Steven, man.
How's it going?
Well, Steven, you were right. I'm not going to say that Tony is more interesting than you because I don't know you, but Tony's definitely got some stuff going on.
Fairly unique, yeah.
I'm curious. You're like this guy's best friend. It sounds to me like
yeah.
You guys are. What's your perspective on all of this?
It it kind of blows your mind, but at the same time, I never thought I'd, actually meet someone who's going through stuff like that.
This is all sort of completely foreign to you. You've never had a hit out on your family?
No. I grew up in Illinois, so. Yeah,
not a lot of mafia activity there. Not a lot of not exactly the assassin capital of the United States.
No.
So how do you feel? Are you nervous about your friend going to Honduras?
Well, yeah, I'm babysitting his 6 cats, so I hope he comes back.
He has 6 kids?
6 cats.
Oh, all right, cats.
Kidding.
He has 6 cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll be fine. They're cats.
Yeah, but I do worry seriously though. Yeah. Yeah. All I can do is pray.
Man, that is super, super wild. How do you feel about not being as interesting as Tony?
Well, I feel like I'm unique on my own, but I don't feel like I've had nearly as much in my life. Yeah. So I guess it's relative.
Well, look, man, keep it sounds like you're sort of a rock in Tony's life. I'm glad that you two have each other. to fight the demons of Kentucky with.
Oh yeah, that's not really any demons out here.
Let me talk to Tony again real quick.
For sure.
See, we here, we there, we doing it.
This is Tony.
Well, listen, Tony. Thank you so much for sharing everything that you shared with us today. I want to wish you good luck, man. Don't
Thanks, man.
Be safe. All right. I
will,
don't know how much
man.
that
Hey.
means coming from a random gecko man, but be
It means
safe.
a lot, actually. Thanks, man. Hey, in case I die, check out my legacy, my music, The Silversmith.
The Silversmith. Where is this on?
Yeah. The Silversmiths, you can find it on Spotify.
Okay, I'll check that out. Thank you for sharing, Tony, man.
All right,
Have a
man.
good rest of the
Thanks,
night.
man. You too.
Therapy Gecko's on the line, taking your phone calls every night. Therapy Gecko's doing it right, he's teaching you how to live your life, but he's not really an expert.
Call from
Bruh.
to accept.
Hello. What'd you say your name was?
Oh. My name is Nat.
Your name is Neth?
Yeah, N-A-D.
Nad. How are you doing, Nad?
I'm good. I just watched the stream and I thought I would call. I didn't know I would get through.
Where are you calling from, Nad?
The Netherlands.
You're calling from the Netherlands. How much money do you think this call is going to cost you?
I don't know. It's a throwaway phone. So I might drop out any moment. I don't know.
Really? Can you do that? Can you just get a phone and then leave the people with the bill? You're just going to dip out?
No, it's like a burner phone. Like I have some money on it, but not a lot. So the call
okay.
might drop any moment.
Okay, all right. So we got to make this quick. We got to make the most of the time that we have here.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me about the Netherlands. What's going on over there?
Not much really. Just got vaccinated. The people are getting vaccinated, and we might be opening up soon.
Interesting. Okay, so all right, so it's interesting to me because here in America, we're pretty open. Honestly.
Yeah.
No one's been wearing masks anywhere that I've been. We're kind of chilling, but it's not the experience everywhere else. So I'm curious, Nat, what are you the most excited about for this reopening?
Oh, pretty excited to go back to the movies and the festivals.
The festivals. Which festivals are you got coming up, Nad?
Decibel Outdoors.
Is the festival called? Hold on. Is the festival called Festival Outdoors, or is this a festival that takes place outdoors?
The festival is called Decibel Outdoors.
Death Bell Outdoors?
Yes.
Interesting. What kind of music do they play? Is it death metal, death themed stuff?
No, it's more hardstyle stuff. Lots of
Death
bass.
is pretty hard.
It's lots of lots of bass music, techno, those kinds of things.
Are you gonna roll while you go? You planning to take a whole bunch of drugs before you go to this concert?
No, sober, man.
Really? Because I was wondering what you were doing with like the this burner phone.
Oh.
Because there's only a few reasons why you would be in possession of a burner phone, and calling a gecko, unless if you bought a burner phone just to call me. Like, I don't know how much of this call was like the purpose of the phone, or if I'm just like, okay, I've got a few minutes left on this burner phone that I used to buy drugs. Let's call the gecko.
I'm
don't know
gonna be
which,
honest,
if I'm
it
at the
was a
beginning
big
or
part
the end.
of buying the phone, man.
Really? You bought
Yeah, I
bought a burner phone just to talk to me.
Yeah, I never thought I would get through, man. I heard people outside
You
of the
never
US
thought
couldn't
you would
call.
get through. You invested in getting through.
I tried, but it was like a joke kind of thing.
You succeeded. It was a joke. You.
Yeah.
How did you do? You just went into a gas station and you bought the burner phone?
Oh no, it's like the SIM card. It's a burner SIM card.
How much money did this burner SIM card cost?
€5.
€5. Interesting. So tell me,
Yeah.
Nad, for €5, I mean, was this call worth it to you? Be honest with me. Was it worth €5?
Yeah, it was. I saw you on TikTok, and I thought I would never get through. And suddenly, I was awake late at night, and I saw you came online. So I thought, might as well call and see if I get through.
Wait a minute. You woke up in the middle of the night. You
No, I was
walked
already
to a
awake.
local convenience store.
No.
Bought
I
a
already had
burner
it.
phone.
No.
Wait, so if
had
you
it,
already
man.
had it, then you didn't buy it just to call me.
I did. But I never knew. You were always online when
You
I
bought-
wasn't awake.
Okay, so here's my understanding now currently of what happened. You saw me on TikTok once.
Yeah.
Didn't even know you didn't even follow me on Twitch, I'm betting. You just like saw me on TikTok and you thought one day, I don't know when, but there's gonna be a situation in which I'm gonna want to call this Gecko. Let me buy a burner phone to have on hand, put it behind some glass to break in the event of I happen to catch him live. I can use the burner phone.
Yeah, that's right. I just came back from a party and I saw you were online. So I
What
was awake at the time you were streaming. So I thought I might as well call and try to reach you.
No, I don't think that's what happened. I think you left the party early to call me. I think you were at a party. You were talking to some girl or whatever. She was like, I've had a really nice time talking to you. We should see each other again. And she was about to give you her phone number. And then your phone dinged and you saw it was me and you shoved her aside and you ran over to your burner phone and you called me.
If you want to believe that, that's all fine with me, man.
Nad, before we go, is there anything? I feel like you've went on such a journey to be here. And I just want to make sure that before we leave, I covered all of the bases that you wanted to cover.
All right. What do you want to know?
No, what do you want to know?
Well, I just want to tell everyone to never give up on your dreams, because I tried to call you and I reached you, even though I'm in the Netherlands, and people told me you couldn't call you from the Netherlands. So that's what I want to tell everyone.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, listen, enjoy all the... Dude, you can get a prostitute in the Netherlands for like €50. One time,
That's right.
I actually went to Amsterdam once, and I considered getting one of the red light district prostitutes, and then I went to she opened up the door and the smell of a bunch of people's cum wafted into my face, and so I didn't do it. I got a hot dog instead.
Oh, well, it's better anyways. Well, I'm not a tourist, so I wouldn't know.
All right, get out of here now. I'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for calling.
All right, bye.
Call from
Right.
Rai? Wait, Ryan, we talked the other day, didn't we?
Yes, we did, but I was super anxious.
Do you have a follow-up,
And
Ryan?
I don't need a follow-up. I wanted to sing my rap for you.
We kind of already did that. We kind of already did the musical thing.
Yeah, okay. I'll buy that.
What's the rap about?
It's about my eye. I got this eye injury last year, and concrete like exploded into my eye and burnt it.
Concrete exploded into your eye?
Yeah, that's my job. I pump concrete, and I was filling this hole, and it filled up, and then shot out and into my eye.
Are you gonna sue them?
No, it's my family business, so it's kind of like it's on me.
How much money do you think you could get from your dad for filling your eye with concrete? Have you at least spoken with an attorney about how much a concrete eye goes for in court?
I looked at it, and it's not as much as you would hope.
How much? Wait, where did you get this information from?
I just like L&I claims off the internet, kind of like a general gist. So it's not like anything definitive, but I mean, your eye is super important. I'd want like at least $1 million.
I agree
$1 million.
that your eye is super important. Does your eye work still after having? Do you not have another eye?
It's there, but it's like looking through a single ply tissue paper. So it's white and cloudy.
Is it just like that now?
For now, yeah. They're kind of just waiting for it to see how much it heals, and they might do a cornea transplant later on down the line.
When did this happen?
February 5th, 2020.
February 5th, 2020. Okay, so this was a year and a half ago.
Yes.
And I really would love to know how soon after this happened did you write the rap about it?
It was a collective, because I'm not very lyrically gifted. It took a full year to develop and someone else's like help. And it wasn't like help. It was just kind of bouncing ideas off of my friend's head, and she's like, this, she kind of helped, and I just wanted to give credit elsewhere. It wasn't 100% me.
I guess I'm mostly curious. All right, so it took a full year to develop, but I'm mostly curious, when did the inception of the idea happen? Did you get blasted with a concrete eye, and then you're like, oh shit, this would be a good rap, kind of like a Through the Wire thing, where like Kanye West got his fucking jaw busted and rapped about that?
No, not quite. It was psych-see. So like, you think you see, but you don't see. It's in your psyche. So
is that
like,
the first line of the rap?
Yeah, exactly. And so
let's hear the rap. I want to hear the rap. You've sold me. Let's hear the rap, and then we can discuss.
Okay, it's not long. Psych-see.
Hold on, let me turn the music off real quick. All right, you're good.
Psych-see, make you want to see a psychiatrist or a podiatrist, because you're messed up from your head to your toes, and nobody knows. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Take you to the edge of the precipice. Don't want to mess with this, because I can hardly see. And that's it.
That took you a year?
Yeah, I'm not musically lyrical gifted. Yeah, that took me a year.
What was the sort of development process like?
Doing dishes, and just doing dishes, and I'm like, I'm sitting there going crazy doing dishes and rhyming a little bit.
How many? All right, because that was pretty short. How, like, per dishwashing session, it seems like for a year per dishwashing session, you probably got a single word in for each dishwashing session.
It was more like psych-see, Yeah, it was like trimesters, break it into trimesters. I got a quarter or a third of the song, another third, and then I'm just like, I'm done.
Well, if you want my criticism here, I mean, maybe a beat could fix it, something like that. If you have a producer friend, I'm not Anthony Fantano or anything, so my opinion on things doesn't matter. But I look proud of you for building an artistic creation out of your tragedy.
Well, thank you.
Of course. Thank you so much for sharing, Ryan. You have a good rest of the night.
You're welcome. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Call from
Penis.
Penis?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, Gek?
How are you?
I'm doing good. Sorry about the penis thing. I just thought that talking to my therapist in front of 814 people on Twitch, kind of giving out my name would be against HIPAA, so just wanted to use my alter ego as penis.
I have a few things that I want to say right now. I'm not a therapist. I feel like you know that, though.
Oh, of course. I thought we were just going with the shtick, but we're keeping that.
Can I be honest with you? At this point, the shtick is the Gecko part is mainly the shtick, and the therapy part is like it's sort of just an ingrained. It's not an aspect of the thing that I am interested in highlighting because I don't want to talk about myself anymore. What is your life like?
Well, I feel like I have the wings of a dragonfly, but the sins of a man, and I don't know how to get around that.
Tell me about some of these sins.
Any sin that a man would have, just the regular sins of a man. Like, think about your sins, and think about your friend's sins, and your brother and father's sins. It's just regular sins, nothing too.
Have you ever killed anyone?
No.
Well, penis. Here's my question. Sin. Oh, okay. Here it is. What constitutes a sin ultimately is subjective. And I know that, I mean, it is. It's ultimately subjective. So I'm curious, where you are finding and basing your criteria for what is and is not a sin off of.
I guess just societal norms.
Okay, so give me an example of something that society says is a sin that you have done.
Sodomy.
Sodomy is anal sex with someone, right?
Doesn't have to be a someone, but anal sex, yes.
What do you mean what do you mean it doesn't have to be a someone?
Like it doesn't have to be with a human.
Are you implying that you had anal sex with a not human?
Is that what I'm implying?
When you try to be funny, this works less.
Right. I guess not. Not a human.
Okay. So how have you sinned?
Too many Heinekens in the wilderness on a camping trip. Kind of got the best of me. And it just, I don't know, I guess the alcohol took a toll on me. I'm not sure what it was, if it was just being out in the open with no one around and just having that sort of freedom, or it was just the poison I was ingesting. But I guess you can, for conversation's sake, I guess a little bit of both.
Here's what I'm going to tell you is, look, what's your name again?
Penis.
Penis. Here's the thing: is I just want you to know before I go, you get to define what is and is not a sin. So don't judge yourself based on the criteria of something random that has nothing to do with you that you never subscribed to in the first place. That's all I want you to know. I hope you have a good rest of the night, Penis.
You too. Thanks, Gecko.
Call from
Joe Cantaloupe.
Joseph Cantaloupe.
That's my name. Don't wear it out. Let me.
It's fun. By leaving your stream on, you actually ended up wearing out your own name.
Yeah, well, that's the irony of it, isn't it?
What is your life like, Joe? I don't even know.
Well, I sell phones. I watch you stream a lot. I have a cat.
Did you sell a phone to? I feel like I feel like a lot of callers this evening have stories about buying phones. Did you sell one of the callers a phone?
It'd be cool if I did, but I feel like that's just one of those things that the world may never know. Just like how many licks it takes to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop.
Why Joe Cantaloupe?
It just has a nice ring to it, you know?
How old are you, Joe Cantaloupe?
I'm 23 years old.
You're 23 years old. Do you, what was the best year of your life?
The best year of my life was probably 2017.
Why was 2017 the best year of your life?
I went to a lot of music festivals. I was selling a lot of pot and other party favors. It was just a big party. It was at least the most fun year of my life.
Sure. And by the way, I totally understand the difference between fun and sort of overall best, because there's a lot.
Sure.
Of okay, so in comparison, comparing 2021 to 2017, what would you say are things that have changed that you like versus things that have changed that maybe you wish you could retain some of the 2017 vibes?
Well, I have a stable job. I have my own place. My lifestyle is less illegal.
Always a good thing.
Yeah, the music festivals were fun. I've had a lot of good times at music festivals, especially in that year. But it was pretty drug fueled, so it's bittersweet. And I don't want to return to that, but it was a lot of fun, and I'm glad it happened.
Are you sober now?
I mean, I still drink and smoke pot, but I don't drop acid all the time and roll for every show every weekend.
Mm-hmm. Now, because 23 is, you're not you're not a 40-year-old man or anything. You're still a young, crazy guy. What?
Yeah.
So I almost feel like you made a conscious decision to stop doing these things as opposed to sort of a more gradual fade out of them.
Yeah, I made a conscious decision to drop certain things, like psychedelics as often as I was, because I got really into those for a while. But yeah, I mean, certain things were fueled by my own motivations, while others were getting into trouble with the law. So I kind of had to with certain things.
Did you have a point where you got arrested?
Yeah, I've had a few distinct points where I've had to spend a couple days in the slammer.
Again, you set the boundaries here. You don't have to tell me anything that you don't want.
Oh, I'm an open book, Gecko.
All right, let's hear it. How did it? Tell me about the first time you got arrested.
The first time I got arrested, there was this guy who was sent my way by a friend of mine because he was looking to buy some pot, and after like a year and a half of him, coming by and buying a little here and there, he started getting really into Xanax, and the people he was hanging around with were really sketchy. And then he set me up to steal like a pound of weed from me. And then in the scuffle, somebody got really hurt and got hospitalized. And after that, the next day, there was a raid on my house. And at the time, I was living with my parents. So both of my parents and myself got arrested and had to spend a few days in jail.
Your parents got arrested too?
Yeah.
Did they have anything to do with it, or did they have no
Not a
idea?
thing. Not a thing.
How did they react to that? I cannot imagine.
Well, I mean, there was a whole thing, Jack. To say there was one reaction would be a gross understatement.
Did this raid take place like in the middle of the night?
No, it took place in the middle of the day.
Wow. So, I mean, that must have been kind of awkward sitting in that jail cell with your parents.
Oh no, they didn't put us together.
Oh, interesting. So, I'm curious. Like, what did your parents have to say to you after that?
They didn't have a lot to say. I mean, they did eventually, but at first it was a lot of just like silence.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember one time afterward, we had a bar in our basement, not like a public one, but like just a bar in our basement. And me and my dad were sipping some whiskey, like, I don't know, maybe a month or two after. And he was talking about at one point how he was like pacing around, and how like one of the COs like stopped in and looked at him and like, I don't know, talked to him for a while. I don't remember this story a whole lot, but I remember he was like humbled by it, as was I. And that was like his first time that was like his most legal trouble he's ever been in. And at the time he was like in his 60s. So I don't know, it was a really interesting experience. I mean, they weren't impressed, but we were
Right.
still like, I don't know, it was like an interesting experience for everyone. I'll just leave it at that.
And this was only the first time.
Yeah.
And so, what compelled you to? So you've quit now. You've as you said made the conscious decision to get out of that life that gets you into trouble. But it took. And how many times did you get arrested? Was it 2 or 3, or more than that?
I think I've been arrested a total of 4 times.
4 times.
Well, at least I've gone to jail a total of 4 times.
What was it about the 4th time where you were like, all right, time to throw in the towel?
Well, the 4th time, it was for a DUI.
Okay.
And I was, because of like all, the other legal trouble I've been in, I'm supposed to be on absolute sobriety. So it wasn't even the fact that it was a DUI. It was the fact that I had a blood alcohol level and I'm not supposed to have any.
Mm-hmm.
So that's considered bail jumping.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you were pretty much, you were court mandated to stay sober.
Yeah, exactly. What I've done since then, though, is given up driving.
You've given up driving completely.
Yeah, I hired a driver.
So now, are you? I don't know how long. I don't know how the DUI works. How long? Are you currently like eligible? You're able to drive.
My license was already suspended before I got the DUI, just because of speeding and that. Because I got too many points. So I could get an occupational in October of 2022, but I think I'm just gonna keep doing this driver thing, so I don't have to pay for insurance or any of that.
Who you hired a driver? Like you have a personal chauffeur?
Yes,
Can I ask what you do for a living?
I sell phones.
You sell phones. Interesting. So what's next for you? I mean, you're only 23, and yet you have an extensive sort of history of stuff here. What do you see next in your life?
Well, I wanna move to Europe because I have an EU citizenship. I have an Irish citizenship, so I can just kind of pick up and move there and be a full-fledged European Union citizen. So I think I might just do that within the next 5 years because I'm not really impressed with American politics. Plus, I feel like my record won't carry over there.
Interesting.
Plus, I'll be able to drive because it's just with the American government that I can't drive.
Well, didn't you say you'll be eligible for another license in October 2022?
I could get an occupational, but the insurance in that is an arm and a leg a month.
Yeah, I'm sure that a DUI is not incredible for your insurance rate.
Right.
Interesting. Do you know anyone in the European Union?
I have a couple family friends, and I have a half sister over there in Ireland.
Do you know what you're gonna do? You're gonna keep selling phones? They're gonna transfer you to another.
I mean, they don't exactly have American phone companies over there, so I'd love to figure out what kind of phone companies are over there and get into that. So
Hey,
yeah,
check
I'm
out the
sure I could do that.
You know the Vodafone?
I'm not super familiar. Is that
Right.
like a European thing or what?
Yeah, they're a European phone company. I went to Europe. I used the Vodafone. Maybe you could sell some Vodafones.
Maybe I'll sell some Vodafones. Thanks, Gek.
I like that for you. Well,
Me too.
Well, listen, man. It was a pleasure getting to talk to you. Thank you for
Likewise.
sharing all this stuff. And I wish you the best of luck. I'm happy to hear. I know that. It was a mandated at least to start. But I'm happy to hear that you're taking a positive and interesting direction with your life.
Yeah. Thanks, Gek. Likewise, it's very, positive, interesting for you too. So I'm happy to see you headed in that direction yourself.
Thank you, man. Wish you the best of luck. You take care.
Likewise. Bye-bye.
Call from
Sammy.
Tammy?
Hi.
How are you,
No,
Tammy?
it's Sammy.
Can I call you Tammy so that I don't have to be wrong about something?
It's Sammy with an S.
Can I know it is now, but between I don't like being wrong.
Okay, yeah, you're right. 100%.
So it's Tammy.
Yeah. It is.
Thank you. By the way, I appreciate that because you didn't have to let me have that. You could have asserted yourself a little bit more, and you chose not to. Not because I don't think you did that because you don't have the confidence to be assertive. I think you totally do, but you withheld because in addition to being assertive, you are also compassionate, and you chose to let me have that. So I appreciate that.
I chose you to take a win this time.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So Tammy, what's up? What's your life like?
I tried calling you so many times, and honestly, I know everyone's like, "Oh, I didn't think anyone would, or you wouldn't pick up," kind of thing. I was just like, I just didn't think it would happen. Actually,
if you call enough,
it will happen.
So Tammy, I assume, and I possibly assume incorrectly. It's okay if I do, that after calling me this many times, you have like, did you have a particular thing that you wanted to talk about?
Yes.
Hit me, Tammy. Tammy me up.
I would like to know your life wisdom. I've been listening to you for and I know this is a short amount of time, but I just discovered you. I've been listening to you for like probably a week because I saw you like on TikTok or whatever.
Sweet.
My boyfriend actually suggested me, or he showed me a video, and I thought you were hilarious, and I thought the concept was so smart, and I just think you're a very wise man. And I've been listening to you in my car on the podcast, and it's just a blast. I listen to you while I go to work. It's awesome.
Well, thank you, Tammy.
Yeah.
You had a question. I'd love to hear what it is.
BC, what? Sorry, my boyfriend. My boyfriend's in my room right now.
Is he like feeding you like lines or something like that?
Yeah, just what were you saying? Oh, okay. I actually just graduated high school.
Nice, rock and roll.
Like very recently, yeah. And I'm planning. I live in Canada. I'm planning to move out to BC. I'm not gonna say where I live right now, but
cool.
But I don't know. I just kind of want some. What's your advice as a for just someone moving out and going out into the world and doing stuff? Like I'm personally like I'm very artistically inclined. Like I want to be possibly like a filmmaker, and I'd love to hear your advice. I would love to. I think that'd be very interesting.
Well, here's what I'll say: is you're 18 years old, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna live forever at least. You're never gonna die. You're 18 years old. You can do anything. You can fuck up massively, unless if you kill someone or get someone pregnant. You could just fuck up and be fine. You know what I mean?
Very
now
true.
is the time. Actually, a concept that I find very interesting is that when you're young, it makes more sense, like logically, to do the riskiest stuff. Not like, risking your safety, but like risk in terms of like, let's move to fucking China for no reason or do this crazy thing or, So, yeah, you're young,
fair,
dude.
yeah.
Take advantage of it. Move to BC.
Yeah.
Live off of no money and make figures out of straw, whatever your art medium is. I don't know what you do. If you're a textiles person.
I do different. I'm more of a filmmaker. I like photography. I also do like visual art, like painting and stuff like that. I mean, filmmaking is a visual art. But
so what's your goal? What if you could be doing anything? You want to like be a professional, making a living filmmaker?
That's where I'm not 100% sure, because I know that I want to be in the film industry, and there's just so many opportunities with that, which is like, and especially with like COVID and everything, it may be harder like in some aspects, but also at the same time, just like a lot of creative brain juices come in these type of times.
Okay, I'll tell you one more thing. So these will be my two things. One is that you're 18 and you're never gonna die, so you should do crazy things, not like risking your safety crazy, but China, whatever. And then the second thing is, and I know this because I went to film school, and
oh really?
I studied. I go on TikTok sometimes, and I'll see like people, or like I'll read these articles or whatever, and I'll see people being like, "Here's some advice on how to get a job as a production assistant, or how to break into the industry, or break in." And there's no. I hate the idea of breaking in and making it so much. Like that idea is so annoying. If you want to be a filmmaker, make stuff and put it on the internet. and build your
Yeah,
own
yeah.
audience for it
100%.
instead of trying to get some fucking random old guy at some random thing to pass on your shit. Like, make shit on your own and put it on the internet. If you want to be a filmmaker, that's what I'll tell you: is make shit
Absolutely.
and put it on your own. Put it out on the internet. Don't freak out if you can't get a job as a production assistant or whatever. That was back in the 1980s when that was the only way to do it. Now the best way to do it is to put shit out on the internet yourself. So those are the two things I'll tell you. Put shit out on the internet and move to China.
My boyfriend is telling me to plug myself on YouTube. It's not very big at all, like whatsoever. But I don't even know. It's just Sammy James, but I don't know if you'll be able to find it. You'll be able to find it like anywhere. Honestly, I have like Instagram and Reddit, stuff like that. But anyway, what you're saying is very true, and I completely agree. I'm trying to get into that kind of mindset because I think that's pretty important for like any artist, you know,
of course,
especially like anyone that's making like media. It's kind of
this
important.
is an unpopular opinion, but this is an unpopular opinion, but I believe that we live in like the best time ever to be a human being. So
you know what? I actually agree too.
Take advantage of it, Tammy.
Yeah.
Tammy, thank you for calling in, and again for letting me call you by the wrong name. I hope you and your boyfriend have a wonderful time playing hockey and eating maple syrup.
Oh, of course, yeah, because that's what every Canadian does. Yeah.
You guys have a great night.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Call from
Juan.
Vaughn?
Hello?
Is this Vaughn?
Juan, Juan.
Oh, Juan. What's up, Juan?
What's up, man? First off, I want to say that Google Voice thing is like the biggest tease because you think you're gonna get to call in, but like you don't.
But here we are. You're coming all over my face right now. How's that for a tease?
I guess it was worth it because it was the first time I tried calling. It took around from two phones. It took around 87 tries, I would say.
You have two. Why do you have two phones?
Okay, so one time I broke my phone. Right, it's an iPhone 11, so I had the insurance. But the same day I was going to make the claim, they said, "Oh, we have an offer. Like it's free of charge. You can get a SIM card for free." And I had an extra iPhone laying around. So I was like, "Oh, it's perfect. I don't pay anything, and I get an extra phone."
So you have a burner phone?
I guess so. It's more like a backup phone.
You're the second person today who's calling me off of an alternative phone. Wait. Okay. All right. So which phone is my voice coming out of right now? The primary phone or the burner phone?
Primary phone.
Okay. Juan.
Yeah.
What do you do with? Do you have an accent?
Yeah, because like obviously that's like a Hispanic name, so I don't know if it's like you're already predisposed to me thinking I have an accent, but I've been told I have an accent.
I haven't really thought about. I'm more focused on the phones thing than I am on any accent.
Okay, fair enough. I like to say it's like one's a trap phone and one's like for the girls. But like, I have a girlfriend. I'm like loyal as hell.
Are you talking to me on the one that's for girls?
I would say so because I would feel like your second phone is more for like your business calls.
What do you consider? What type of call? What category would you put this call into?
I would say primary, like it's like my personal business. Even though it's like streaming to around 848 people.
Am I just like another one of your hoes? Do you have other geckos in your phone that you like could be talking to right now, but you're talking to me? I'm like your third option.
No, you're the only gecko I would like.
That's what they all say, Juan.
I would say so, but you know, I'm a pretty honest guy, I would say.
So you have a phone. So you have a trap phone. When you say you have a trap phone, is that like primarily in jest, or you know doing a little bit of you trapping?
I just do it because I remember hearing the song. I want to say, I don't know who it was. I want to say it was 2 Chainz. It was like one for the money, one for the hoes. So I think it's just a great parody.
I got, how's it go? I guess I got 2 phones.
Phones.
Right?
Yeah, one for the money and one for the hoes.
Okay, so, and yet you are not a drug dealer. You probably work in property management or something like that, and you have a girlfriend. What do you do to make money?
Oh, that's the biggest issue I have right now.
Are you unemployed?
No, no, I just graduated, so like it's been quite a struggle to get a job.
Okay, where? What did you graduate with?
I graduated with a bachelor's in electrical engineering.
Okay, I feel like I feel like that's something that we need people to do.
You would think when you go to any job listing and they're like, we require 5 years experience. You need to know 13 programming languages, and you need to give us your first child.
Get the fuck out of here. What can you do? Is there an entrepreneurial path with that? Can you like make your own fucking electric company, make your own BGE or something like that? Or is that
I mean, I feel like
hard?
the biggest thing you could do on your own is like electronic repairs, but that's like, I don't want to like fix stuff. I want to make stuff, you know?
Hey, look, you got a phone to take apart and fuck around with.
Oh, I fix iPhones, you know, but that's just, you know, whenever shit breaks, I need to fix it. I'm not going to pay someone like $200 to put on a $30 screen on it.
But hey, lots of people will. You could be that guy. The people are paying $200 to fix their fucking phone. At least in the meantime.
I would like something a little bit more fulfilling.
What? All right, give me what's your name, Juan? Juan, give me the magic wand. You wave your magic wand, and you're doing this thing. Anything, it could be anything. The dream gig here, Juan. What would it be?
I used to like love cars, and I still do. Like, I used to have an old Jeep, which I sold just to pay for my tuition. So, and I love like electronics, so I would hope to work for a company that's like electronic vehicles, like maybe Tesla or something like that.
Oh,
and that, you know what I hate? There's this one girl that my group of friends were like kind of despise because she got an internship for Tesla while at like school, because there's this like electronic vehicle club, but the club was just a joke. It was just a joke. The meetings were trash. Like, there is no guidance, there is no projects going on, there is no anything. But she was like the president of the club, so just having that on your resume, like, pretty sure got her in.
Well, look, you know what? Being salty about her or whatever is not going to get you anywhere, you know?
No, for sure, for sure.
Well, you know what? Well, here's the thing. It's like, all right, Tesla, I know that they're like, you know, the god of electric cars or whatever, but could we go any smaller than that? Like, who are there smaller, crappier electronic car companies that you could get an internship at? You know, you don't have to shoot straight for the moon here to go to Tesla. You could always go to, I don't even know. I don't even know like regular car companies. What's a not Tesla electric car company?
Well, Ford and Chevy are trying to go towards the EV route. Like, they have like electric Mustangs now, and they have like a Chevy Bolt and stuff like that. Or Nissan, you have like the Nissan Leaf.
You could work for Nissan. There can't be that much of a demand to work for Nissan. They're just Nissan.
No, I get you. I mean, I've applied to like electronic motor companies, but like my Indeed is just like, the only reply I've gotten from Indeed from applying is for the U.S. Army, because like I know how to code, like program and stuff. So there's a job listing for a data analyst, and that's the only one that replied. And I actually called them today, like with a little bit more hopes. But that involves like combat training, like 10 weeks. I guess everybody in the Army needs to do basic training, and I really don't see myself like doing basic training just to have to sit behind a computer.
Is that in case if you get like troned into the system and you have to fight people with the batons
with
and
the
shit?
motorcycles?
Yeah.
Probably, I'm guessing. Maybe there's like a firewall you need to jump over.
That'd be fucking sick, by the way, if you showed up for your data analyst training and that was what it was, is you doing Tron shit with the motorbikes. That would be a cool job. I like that for you. Give it a shot. Combat train. Look, never bad to learn a new skill. I wouldn't shy away from the combat training just because it's not your thing. You know.
I just feel like
you
I'm
never
a little
know when you're gonna need it.
Because like I had a friend who went to the military and he died in combat training.
Oh Jesus!
So like he didn't get to make it out, and he was a very close friend of mine.
He died because of combat training.
Yeah, there's some kind of combat training procedure that he died. It involved a tank and it flipped over.
Oh God.
Yeah, so like it took me 5 years to get to the degree. So imagine just going to a 10-week combat training and dying at the 8th week.
I hope he got a big ass settlement at least.
I don't know. He was actually married, and like it was quite sad to hear.
Yeah, that is really sad. That is why, I mean, you know, combat training is one thing, but I being a data analyst doesn't seem like you need to know how to use a tank.
Exactly, right? So why put myself in this situation?
Well, man, listen, I hope that you find a good gig for yourself. I hope that you do a safe thing. You know, hopefully you'll do the electric car thing instead of the tank thing.
Yeah, I just been feeling like, I'm pretty sure everybody feels like this after like college and not getting a job yet, like the biggest imposter syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you think that all this like math and like days of studying and staying up night just to like, you think people would want you or something. But at the end of the day, I get how a business works. You know, you're literally just an investment.
Right.
Like, you whatever they pay you, they need to like account for that in their profits.
Well, this is why I tell everyone. I mean, if you can code, I mean, it's not for everyone, but try as hard as you can to do your own thing, especially if you can code. You know, make a product, an app, whatever the fuck it is. You know, because
like everybody wants like coding jobs that like does like the visuals. So there's something called like front end and back end. And front end is like what you see on your display, and you see like, oh, this pretty button. But like back end is like when you press that button, oh, that goes into a database and that searches whatever information and data you need and like connects them. And I'm more of a back end guy. Like I'm rather good with numbers and like spreadsheets and like lists and arrays and stuff like that.
Well, I hope you find yourself a nice back end.
Yep, I do too.
You have a good rest of the night, Juan. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yep, you have a nice night.
Take care, dude.
Call from
Hello, Da?
No way. Hello?
Dude, there's some like weird science. Hold on. All right, you need to stop everything in your house because there's a weird science fiction. The world is apocalypse. Okay, yeah. What the fuck was that? It sounded like you were getting invaded by aliens. Did anyone hear that?
No. Maybe. I don't know. I was on speakerphone and I was right next to a stream freaking out because I didn't think I'd get through. That is crazy. Wow. So that's what it was, I guess. It was freaking out maybe because I was by the
No, I never heard that in sound in my entire life. That was an alien abduction sound.
It might have been that then, yeah.
Who are you with? Are you in a room with people and things?
I was in my room, in my bedroom with my my girlfriend and my dog, and I sprinted as far away as I could from the stream and initially figured out that you don't like it to have the stream with the phone. Is that the case, or am I
It's
wrong
not
about
so
that?
much. It's not a matter of. I feel like it's not like as subjective as you're making it out to be.
Okay.
Like I was like of like a preference. I feel like it's if you were to survey all the people watching the stream, 100% of them would probably say that they also prefer not to have a constant echo going on. But you stated it more like it was a matter of like
fair enough, and
preference.
I didn't mean it as in that way. So that's my fault. But
You didn't do anything wrong. You don't owe me anything. Who the fuck am I? You called into I'm lucky anyone's watching this and I'm calling into this at all. All right, you don't owe me anything. You can tell me to go fuck myself. You know.
Of course, but that is not the type of person I am. I would never go tell you no fuck yourself.
Really? What type of person? What type of person are you? Tell me.
What? That's a very. Are we talking just an everyday type of person? Like, what do I do for work? Or like deep down spiritually, what type of person am I?
Let's go with deep down spiritually, what type of person you are.
Deep down spiritually. I'd say, okay, so I actually had a conversation about this recently with someone, so it's kind of fresh. I relate myself to the, I guess, Native Americans most, I guess, that's what I relate my spirituality to the most is how I should put it. But in the sense of, I believe that there is, you know, we're all one with the universe. We're all, you know, one living thing. We're all here to, you know, obviously coexist and treat, you know, Earth as you know, as someone else. You know, it's not just here for you to, you know, take a shit on it. But so I guess that would be my spirituality type person. Like what I kind of.
Well, hold on. You're talking. Hold on. Okay, I want to set you straight here. Okay, you're talking about what you believe. I don't really care what you believe. Who are you though?
Okay. Who am I? I am a 23-year-old male from the U.S. of A. who's traveled around the world for most of his life and now found himself stuck back stateside, working in fucking attics, breaking his back, working on ACs and making okay money. I shouldn't say shit money. I'm sure it's better than most, you know, can say, but
okay, so you were stuck. This world traveling, cannot be stopped, never going to die guy. And what stopped the travels?
Well, so I was one of the lucky few people whose fathers was an international worker. He was in the oil field, and so I was able to hop on his back and fucking mooch off that train as long as I could. And then I had the option to either stay overseas, study abroad, or go back to my rank dank shithead, you know, shitty town that I decided to choose, and now I'm regretting it gratefully. But I take that back. I don't regret it fully because I have met the love of my life here. So that is a big fucking plus.
You know, it's very funny because, I mean, there's about 5 billion songs written about the whole thing of what's that fucking song? There's one song in particular that goes, fuck. Yeah, I can't even remember a single lyric from this. Hold on, give me 5 seconds. I don't remember this.
Okay. You got like a baby.
Where I'm supposed to, says you can't. Who said you can't go home? Been all around the world and do you know the song I talk about?
I don't know that one.
Please, someone. There's only one taste left. I wanna. Who says you can't go? Who says you can't go back? Someone in the chat, fucking please. What is the song?
How do you not know the name of the song when you know this much of the lyrics?
Who says you can't come back? Went all around the world, and it's a matter of there's only one thing. The chat is upsetting me so hard right now. No, they're giving fake answers.
Well, is it a band or a singer? Like a
solo Bon Jovi singer? Who says you can't go home? All right, that's yeah.
There you go.
Who said you can? All right, the whole point of this. All right, I'm off topic. The whole point of the song is that the guy Bon Jovi or whoever it is travels everywhere, and he's like, I don't care where I just want to be with you, which makes actually a lot. If you travel, it kind of makes sense because traveling is beautiful and amazing and intense. But sometimes you're like, fuck, I just want to, be with people that I know.
I agree, but I also disagree because I do have a friend who is on the spectrum of man, I just want, I want to fuck off and be on my own. And his only interaction is through probably Facebook with actually, he posted some shit the other day saying how, who loves rolling themselves up in slime and slithering across their living room floor Saturdays, am I right? Like, he's that type of weird. We'll only, post every now and again type shit. But I do also feel you in the sense of when I was traveling, I took a lot of trips solo by myself and also with friends. And I think it is a much greater experience to take these, see these breathtaking scenes that Earth has to bring us with someone else, especially someone that you love. We've only been able to do it, we've been dating for about 3 years, and we've only been able to, go to so many places in the States. But man, I'll tell you, it's awesome having someone by your side that you love, being able to, fuck shit up with. You know what I mean?
So what's
I'm
the
sure
next?
there's a lady gecko out there for you. A gecko? Is that what you would call a lady gecko?
I guess that's what you would call a lady gecko if gecko was like a Spanish word or Italian or something, where you change the O to the A or to indicate a feminine thing.
Object.
What's the next thing? What's the next step for you guys? Where's the next adventure taking you?
Honestly, I've been
you know what I need?
Please, yes. What's your name? Let's talk to you. I'll get the guy off the phone. What's your name?
Elena. My name's Elena.
Elena, tell me, please. What's next?
The next step is a ring, bud. A ring is what I need. And then a nice wedding dress.
We having this conversation right now? What's up? What's going on?
Oh no, we're not having this conversation. That's what do we need? That's what I need.
Shit, what's the name of the guy? What's the name of your boyfriend?
AJ.
AJ, you're Elena, right?
Yes.
AJ, we having this conversation right now? What's going on?
We are. That is actually something that we've both been talking about recently. We both want to get married. And I definitely, I've been putting, I'm sure she knows this because I mentioned it, but it's not a lot. I've been putting very little amounts of money to the side, like $5, $10, for this black diamond ring that she so desperately wants. It can't be, a normal diamond. It's got to be the black. So I've been, scrounging the internet, which is probably a bad idea. I've got a local jeweler that I should go to and talk to about, but
how much is this ring?
Yeah, that is.
I want to. How much is it? How many AC units?
I don't know yet.
That's
the thing. I don't know. So what I'm aiming for, I guess I shouldn't say it. Fuck it, whatever. We're an open book pretty much. But my budget right now is around $5,000, I'd say, maybe $6,000. Yeah, but that can change, because I'm sure a fucking jeweler is gonna be like, well, look at this bad boy. It's so much better than this, and I'm gonna be like, you know what? Fuck it. She deserves that shit. So
well, Elaine, are you excited about this?
Of course.
And you are fully aware that the amount of money that AJ spends on this ring is directly in correlation with how much he loves you, right?
Very much. It better be an expensive ass rock. No, I'm kidding. Nice. I'm kidding. No.
If anyone wants to send out some donations, just send it to Therapy Gecko and say it's for the wedding. And if we get enough money, we'll have him be the preacher for our wedding. How's that?
I got officiated. I think.
Shut the fuck up.
It's super easy to do. You could do it in 5 minutes. I'm officiated by I'm licensed by the Universal Life Church, which by the way is super easy. All you gotta do is give them their email and let them send you a bunch of fucking spam emails. So it's not really a big deal. But
have you ordained in one yet?
Not
really
yet. But
quick
that's part of
before we
Gecko Across America. That's what we're gonna. That's part of the things that I'm doing for Gecko. It's like the last thing I'm doing, pretty much.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Well, dude, great conversation.
Question. I had to ask this before we got on this goddamn fucking spew of whatever it was. But
sure, hit me, AJ.
Two, and they're both related to smoking. Do you smoke cigarettes?
I don't smoke cigarettes. If I'm hanging out with a friend and I'm like drinking and
Okay.
he has a cigarette lit, I will ask him if I can take one hit of his cigarette, and then that's good. But I don't like hit my
so
own
not multiple-
cigarette.
Okay, fair. And then marijuana. Do you smoke it?
Not on the clock, but yes.
Hell yeah. So the guy inside the Gecko is lit, but the Gecko himself is professional. Well, I take that back because you can be professional and get lit. So the Gecko stays stone cold while the guy inside stays high as a kite. I don't know. I'm probably
All right, get
dragging
out of
this
here,
on.
AJ. I'll talk to you guys soon.
All
Good
right.
luck with your wedding and being in love and having children and never getting divorced ever. Bye. Talk to you
Oh
guys
yeah,
soon.
bye.
Therapy Gecko's on the line, taking your phone calls every night.